So yeah, it looks like we are getting the race started very shortly here.
Hopefully with some audio.
Hopefully. And looks like we are off.
The very exciting 1-1 for those of you that run this game. You see this stage a lot.
Absolutely, can be pretty reset worthy for a lot of players. Just World 1 in general has a lot of different places that can trip you up, and that, you know, not in races. Obviously you can't reset in a race, but going for PB attempts and stuff like that, a lot of little things that'll make you reset. So most runners do have pretty good practice with World 1, though it is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's really deceptively difficult, honestly. You'd expect some of the later worlds to be more difficult, but honestly, I don't know. For me, it's one of the more difficult ones, I think, just because you got to get started on a good foot, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's... I've heard some people talk about how it's like it's the first world of a new game, you know, back when it came out in the late 80s, and it was just trying to show you what all the game had. And so there's a lot that the game throws at you in World 1 that, you know, otherwise you would think World 1 would be pretty easy, but you're right, it's very deceptive.
Very nice fork coming out from Mitch there. Hits the waffle jump. Very swaggy strat there.
We will see GreatWightHope. No MFP tunnel from Mitch on this time around.
A little disappointed there. A little disappointed.
He would have a chance if he missed it to get the mushroom in the next level, so... But I can't blame him going for, you know, a little bit of safety just to avoid any hiccups in a race.
Yeah, absolutely. (1-6) kind of a punishing stage if you mess up the strat, because there's a good chance you'll die or lose a lot of time, actually, especially if you have to auto-scroller it, so...
Yeah, if you have to auto-scroller it, or that one tile gap, if it just chooses to not let you have P-speed, then you either jump off into a pit, or you have to go back and try again if you catch yourself in time. Luckily, Mitch getting through there pretty easily. We'll see how it works out for GreatWhite.
Looks like he's grabbing the tail. I'm assuming he's probably going to try to fly to the end.
Well, he is taking the safe route. I can commend him for this, you know. If he's not quite comfortable with that P-speed strat, then going for a little bit of safety to ensure that he doesn't take a death too early in the run.
Yeah, as we said, it's important to get off on a good start, I think. Kind of sets the tone. And he gets to pick up the fire flower here if he so chooses. It's one of the 2 blocks in that world where you can actually pick up a fire flower.
Looks like he's going to stick with his tail for now and maybe get fire flower in the airship, but he may just be more comfortable with tail strats, so we'll see what he does. Meanwhile, Mitch about to enter the pipe in the airship. We should see a fire kill here on our first Koopaling. And
very well done.
Nicely. Yeah, very well done. I'd expect nothing less.
Yeah, that was like a 332, I think, World 1. Very good.
Better than my gold World 1, so... I think we're going to see right here, it looks like GreatWhite is electing to stay with the tail to go with tail strats. So we'll definitely see a variation in strats between GreatWhite. Ooh, he does end up losing the tail.
Takes a little damage.
He can get it back early in World 2, though, if he so chooses.
Yeah, it's sometimes nice to be able to fly over some of the dangerous things. And ooh, Mitch taking a little damage there. And 2-1 can be kind of a tricky stage if you miss some of those jumps on the jumping blocks, or that fire chain can sometimes give you a high jump too and ruin your day a little bit, but finishes the stage off nicely.
Yeah, some hitboxes in this game of some enemies are a little bit deceptive and sometimes just seem like they don't exist at all until you're right in the middle of the enemy, so it's a thing that happens a lot. And you did see also GreatWhite taking another damage against the Koopaling in World 1, but does make it out. So luckily, not having to replay an airship early on.
Yeah, you never want to do that because it's such a big loss of time.
Yeah, hate to see that happen.
Mitch finishing off 2-2 there. Kind of an interesting stage, one of the few stages in the run where you don't see P-Speed until the very end.
Yeah, I've seen some players take a damage boost to get P-Speed in that level, but definitely Mitch with only the mushroom wouldn't want to do that here, obviously. Usually it's when players go in with the tails, so...
No, Mitch running on top of the spikes here since he already took damage, so... Typically when he does this, he's going to grab an upgrade in the pyramid and then the fire flower again in the airship, so doesn't really lose much time doing it this way.
Yeah, Great White getting his tail back here, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's World 3 is a world that you want to go into with fire. You don't really want to stop in World 3 to get fire, if you can help it, and you definitely want to end it with fire as well, so... we will probably see him try to set up to get fire in the airship, I would imagine. Meanwhile, no fear as Small Mario. Getting through 2-3.
Great White entering the forward here. Kind of a cool little level. Some interesting P-Speed strats you can do in it.
Yeah, definitely electing not to take any unintentional damage here, waiting on the thwomp in the first room. Meanwhile, Mitch clearing out the 2-sun level pretty easily.
I'm always interested to see people's different routing of that level. There's so many ways you can route it and be safe.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Mitch now play a level that a lot of players avoid, myself included. I just haven't learned that one yet. I think a lot of people prefer to play I forget which number it is, but the lower level at the end of World 2.
2-5, yeah.
2-5 is what most people do. 2-4 is what we just saw Mitch do.
Yeah, the first jump in that level is quite difficult. You need to have good forward momentum, and the visual cue's not very good. It's actually the coin block above you, so it's kind of a dangerous jump, and if you miss it, really bad things can happen.
Right. Great White taking some strategy there at the Koopa kicking, breaking the bricks part at the end of that level, making it out just fine. So this is where, as you were saying earlier, we're probably going to see Mitch pick up a mushroom. Yep, right here. And that'll set him up to get fire in the airship.
A little mishap there, but mostly a good pyramid here. And Great White getting through the sun level, no problem. I know that's the level that haunted a lot of us when we were kids.
Absolutely, and definitely new runners to this game. If you're, it can just haunt you again. Those memories can come back.
Absolutely.
You get used to it pretty quickly the more you run this game, but in the beginning, it can be kind of terrifying still.
Yeah, the key is finding your route, and you really just got to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, much like the airships. I mean, it's not an auto scroller, but like you were saying, just doing the same thing over and over again in that level, and it's pretty much going to give you the same result every time.
Ooh, taking a little damage on the boomerang bro there. It's a little tricky when you have to kill them without fire.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of waiting for a good opportunity to jump on them sometimes if I don't have fire, so not rushing it.
Great job avoiding that Buzzy Beetle shell there. Mitch is getting close to the end of the airship here. I'm see what kind of fire kill, if he goes for one. He'll go on Morton here. Nope, just electing to stop him.
Yeah. I think Morton is one of those that the pattern can be variable, so maybe just a safety strat from Mitch there. Not wanting to leave anything to chance.
Exactly. It's not the easiest fire kill to get.
Let's see, Great White entering the airship level just as Mitch is exiting, so only one auto scroller behind. It's honestly not too bad.
Yeah, no, he's only about a little over a minute back, so.
Speaking of nightmare levels and nightmare worlds as a kid, World 3, any world with water in any retro video game seemed to just be a nightmare for me. But
Boss Bass.
Boss Bass, man.
That's all you gotta say is Boss Bass. Everybody understands.
No comment, yeah.
I mean, honestly, even now, Boss Bass.
Yeah, Boss Bass, indeed.
And we're going in the 3-2 for Mitch here. See if he'll get the nice little P-speed strat at the beginning here, and it looks like he's gonna get it.
He got it. That's a very difficult level to build up P-speed in the beginning. You'll probably, if you keep watching this tournament, and if you've been watching it, you've seen a few players go for it and not get it. It's very precise, very difficult.
Yeah, and actually the jumps that you do off the cheeps change based on how fast you get the P-speed as well, so it's just, yeah, it can be a nightmare.
Speaking of Boss Bass, here he is, but Mitch just blazing right past him and virtually despawning him, leaving him off the left side of the screen.
Yeah, Mitch is saying there's a Boss Bass in this level? What?
I've never noticed him. A little bit of an iffy overworld hammer pattern, hammer bro pattern for Mitch, but we'll see how it turns out. It looks like it's okay for the moment.
Mitch electing not to go for door 3, not a surprise.
Yeah, it's tempting sometimes, but I thought maybe if there's anyone who might throw it into their route, it might be him, but he's electing to just play it safe.
Yeah.
Great White missing the snipe on the blooper there and losing his fire. We'll see if he grabs his fire back, and I guess his next chance is going to be 3-4, which we see Mitch entering right now.
Well, I think he'll probably grab it here, actually, in 3.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Block. That's true. I try not to grab it there. I kind of forget that one's there because I don't want to change the cheap patterns and stuff like that, so...
Yeah. They're tricky enough as it is.
Yeah. Not to mention their hitboxes, again, can change on a whim.
Definitely the most well-coded part of the game, cheap hitboxes.
Mitch finishing off the second hammer bro there, using the cloud on 3-6, jumping right into 3-8. So, good hammer bro pattern for Mitch. Hopefully we see the same from Great White.
And we're seeing the second Boss Bass level. Mitch just messed up slightly there, grabbing that block, so he just threw it back to kill him and ensure he didn't have to deal with him.
Looks like Great White thought about going back after taking the hit there to get his fire flower back, but electing to just go it without the fire instead. And he makes it through just fine, so... See Mitch hopefully getting the H jump here, and of course he clears it with ease. That's also another very difficult P-speed strat. If you do a turn back before that jump, before the H jump, you're typically not going to make it. And if you land on the bouncy block,
important.
Yeah, and landing on the bouncy block, you're also not going to make it. So,
and if you're really lucky, you'll clear it entirely and maintain P-speed. But I think I've only done that twice. So,
yeah.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about not having fire here is the Boom Boom fight's a little slower, but it's still okay as long as he can grab it in 3-4 or 3-9. Should be okay.
Looks like that top right Hammer Bro getting dangerously close to running away from Great White, so let's bless RNGs to hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we already saw it earlier on the first race of the day, so no more runaway bros, please.
Okay, he did come down, so that's a good sign. There's still a chance, but crossing our fingers here. Great White is passing up one of his final chances to get a Fire Flower. There's, I believe, one more in this, or two. There's two more in this world before Wendy. And speaking of Wendy, we're about to see a fire kill for Mitch right here against Wendy.
Definitely the safest way to handle her, I think.
Yeah, you really want to keep her from jumping and from firing more projectiles, because the projectiles don't despawn. They just keep floating around the room, and every time you bop her on the head, she will jump higher the next time and more the next time, and you just really don't want that to... You don't want her jumping with a bunch of projectiles around the room.
I'm taking some damage there.
Gonna take this shell with him to kill Boss Bass and wait for the water level. Well, I take that back. I thought he was gonna wait for the water level. Dangerously close there to getting gulped, but avoids it.
Great that he makes it through there. That's really punishing if you die on that stage, because you've used your cloud and you end up having to do an auto-scroller, so...
Meanwhile, Mitch making his way into 4-1. We're gonna see the shell strat to get P-speed through this level, and obviously he pulls it off and comes through nicely.
Not as easy as he makes it look.
It's not.
I don't have much space.
I think I've practiced that level 100 times the other day and never got it once, so I just don't know what I'm doing though, so.
Yeah, it's definitely one that it takes quite a bit of practice before you start to get it. And then forward to the nice little despawn of the Piranha Plant using the Koopa kill.
See a nice little camera overlay for Mitch right there.
And then he's now going into everybody's favorite level, I think. 4-3. The strat just looks very cool when executed well.
And you really want to go in here as at least as Big Mario. As Small Mario, some of these jumps change, and I don't know if it's quite as possible to do like we just saw Mitch do it pretty effortlessly.
So the jump where you hit the ceiling at the end there and bounce off the Buzzy Beetles changes when you're small, and obviously you're at risk of just taking damage by screwing up any of the jumps, so... Be interested to see if Great White grabs this tail here. I'm guessing he probably will, just as an insurance policy.
That's going in without fire. That I would absolutely do it, and he is going to do it. Just so you can take a hit from Wendy, because like I was saying earlier, she can be kind of unpredictable if you don't go in with fire.
Mitch having no problem getting through there.
Yeah, not getting sniped by Lakitu is always nice in that level.
Yeah, you know, that second Lakitu above you, he's always waiting for you. Electing to use the music box there and go to 4 or 5, it looks like.
Yeah, 4 or 5, not one that you see that often. Or not one that I've seen that often. Most elect to play 4-6.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw someone play 4 or 5, so... Meanwhile, we've got Great White finishing up World 3. We Yeah, I see what he was thinking there. He's trying to prevent the one bro from wrapping back around after he does the fort here, so it makes sense.
Taking out Boom Boom with ease with fire again.
Yeah, that's another strat that's not very easy. You got to do a quick turn back at the beginning there and a big jump up to the top of that platform and scrape most of it.
We are seeing Mitch enter this level with 66 coins. He's going to have an opportunity in this airship to pick up coins, but you really don't want to be World 5 especially. You don't want to get the coin ship there. So if your coins digit is a multiple of 11, and your tens digit in your score, for those who don't know, is that same number. So say he had 66 coins, and he got 6 in the tens digit of his score, then one of those Hammer Bros in the next level or in the next world is going to turn into a coin ship, and that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, and it looks like he grabs 1 coin, which that's what I generally do too, is just be, 1 away or 1 after. I don't know what you tend to do there.
Yeah, I try to line it up that way when I'm thinking about it, and when I'm not thinking about it, I normally end up with a coin ship. So.
But sometimes you get lucky and it's okay. You avoid the coin ship, but
yeah, we've seen, as far as I know, 2 coin ships in this tournament so far, and both times that they've shown up for runners, they have those runners have had the luck of the coin ship sailing the other direction. So
yeah, you lose almost an entire minute having to do a coin ship because it's a slow auto scroller.
I was just gonna say, Great White taking damage there and getting stunned by one of the big bros, and was just dangerously close to being wiped off the face of that level, but he somehow avoids it.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary level to be small in.
You see Mitch about to take on the end of the World 4 airship. Just try to pretend the World 4 airship doesn't exist, so you don't have to sit through and watch the whole thing. It's a good time to get up and get a drink, use the restroom. Looks like about a 22-18 wand grab for Mitch, so we'll make a note of that and see, what the time comparison is here at the end of the halfway world mark for Great White.
Oh no, he's having to fight this extra bro. That was unfortunate movement. Not the one you want to fight if you have to fight one either. And we're back in 4-4 here. Worry about the Lakitu snipes.
Yeah, Great White not going for the skip and not going for the power up there, but hopefully he can get through the rest of this level without taking a hit. Very close there again, but he's got some dodging skills today.
Yeah, Matrix.
Yeah, is this Mario or Neo that we're watching? I'm not really sure.
Oh no, the extra swim got him.
That end snipe there. That's like the most likely place, I feel like, to be sniped by Lakitu.
And Mitch has no problem with 5-2 here. Kind of important to make it off that music block and get to this top section. It's a lot faster than sinking down to the pit of despair.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen that happen as well from a few runners in this tournament. It's never something you want to see happen.
Me.
Oh, sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, I said PTSD, sorry.
Well, moving right past that, we've just to get it out of your mind, we've got Mitch going through 5 Fort 1, the ground fort, making it look easy. It's a fun little fort, just the way everything flows, all the waffles kind of flow. And meanwhile, we see Great White ending up in a bad spot there with the Koopas. So Mitch electing to fight these bros.
Stage.
I guess Mitch doesn't have the extra music box.
Yeah, well, he needed the P-Wing here as well. He didn't grab it.
Oh, right. He didn't grab it in World 4. Okay.
So yeah, he's also going to have to fight the music box, bro, because he did use it in World 4. And he does a nice job of maintaining P-Speed there. Not an easy level to maintain P-Speed through. These pipes are a little tricky to get into.
That's what I was going to say, especially keeping P-Speed through pretty much the whole level. It's a lot harder than someone like Mitch may make it seem, but just try it on your own sometime. See how difficult it is.
Yeah, I think I can count the number of times on one hand, maybe I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 280 coming out of that is really, really well executed. Great White gets his Fire Flower back here in the fort. And he's coming up on everybody's favorite airship.
The resident airship.
Interested to see if Mitch gets the P-Speed. Oh, sorry, in 5.5.
No, that's what I was going to say too. Looks like he does get it. Maybe not as early as he would want to, but
early-ish.
Early-ish. Earlier than I would, so I'll call it early.
This also that bro's running away from him.
Yeah.
He needs it. Get a nice look at the lower section of the airship here. You don't usually see it, so.
Yeah, it can be a little bit dangerous if you don't know exactly how to dodge these fires. It looks like Great White has actually despawned that far left fire, so he had a little bit more room to stand there.
Yeah, great job getting through there. It's not the easiest, as you mentioned.
See, Mitch, I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, he's making pretty quick work of the Sky Fort there.
All right, he got the despawn on the dry bones too.
Yeah, that can be a tough one. There's who knows how many combinations of ways to play that level with all the small platforms you have to land on and jump off of, but
looks like Great White's electing to go into the scary flamethrower section.
Mitch also passing what Nintendo Power called an impossible level to do without getting hit. So props to him for that one. Looks like about a 27.59 wand grab, so that's what is that, a little over 5.5 minutes?
Yep.
But I believe that he could still be on PB pace here if he can have a pretty clean rest of his run. I think we could see a PB here.
Yeah, he said it was about an hour 10-ish, so. And then
meanwhile, Mitch,
Roy's ship, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say doing Roy's ship, which you really don't want to take a death on.
Yeah, definitely not. And I'm expecting we probably won't see a fire kill here. I didn't pay attention to what the bro movement was, but you need a movement of 1 prior to entering it, and some good menuing, so. $5-1, no problem for Great White.
We'll see 5-2, crossing our fingers to hope he does not end up in the pit of despair. Luckily, having the tail going and makes it a little bit easier to aim and hit that bouncy block.
Yeah, no problem for him. Great job. Oh, Mitch does go for the fire kill and gets it. Very nice.
See, moving on to World 6, the Ice World, which is another childhood least favorite, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd agree actually, but you know, now it's one of my favorite to play. I think World 6 is kind of fun actually.
Yeah, all pretty fun levels now.
But yeah, most people, you know, have horror stories about 6 Fort 3.
Yeah, it even still, it's pretty tough for me, so.
Oh, especially if you take damage where you know, you're not trying to take damage, it's rough.
See, Mitch is going to get the star kill on Boom Boom if he makes it there in time, which he should. Hi, Boom Boom.
Looks like he's quick
Bye,
enough.
Boom Boom.
Now Great White is entering, again, my favorite level here.
Very cool level. And he is electing to get the tail for the insurance, I would imagine. Mitch
actually getting the P speed, wow.
Yeah, the earlier P speed, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, that actually requires you, when you land on the ice block, when you run off the wood block, to jump on the second frame. So it's frame perfect, but it's second frame. Very hard to do.
See, Mitch electing to put the Hammer Bros to sleep right here. And he didn't enter this level with a P-Wing. I'm wondering if that was just an oversight. Yeah. Either that or he's going for something that we haven't anticipated seeing yet, so. He is. He's going for a little bit of swag here. And he gets it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this strat before, but a very cool clip from Mitch, showing us a little bit of swag in his first round tournament race.
Putting on a nice little show for us, you know, 6.4 P speed than that. Good stuff.
I guess he had already fought the Cloud Bro, and I must have missed that one.
Yeah, you got some fortunate RNG there.
Meanwhile, going for that third flight to skip the last chasm in the second Fort of World 6. I think in all the races I've seen in the tournament so far, I don't think I've seen anyone go for that one yet, but great job from Mitch.
Yeah, it's a little tough to do. Thankfully, he had a P-Wing, so that was pretty easy for him.
Oh, did he use a P-Wing for that level? I didn't even notice.
Yep, he used the P-Wing since he didn't have to use one on the previous. Misses the
really
H jump, though.
Yeah. I should really pay attention, I guess.
Nah, that's what I'm here for.
Exactly. Great White making its way through this level with all these bouncing bricks. Making
Doesn't get sniped.
Doesn't get sniped. That's the key part.
Kind of a common theme with Lakitu levels. You're always worried about getting sniped. See if Mitch goes for the clip at the end of this. I'm assuming he probably will.
I'm sure he would love to show it off. Yeah, it looks like he went for it.
Didn't quite get it. Very tough one to do. Actually, the previous world record hit that clip.
Very neat clip to see. It skips the whole rising room with the 3 boos in it. For those who don't know, it skips you right to Boom Boom's chamber. Great White now taking on the impossible level.
Ah, yes, the old hold right and jump.
He does end up making it through, not without taking a little bit of damage, but he made it through, and that's very important.
Yeah, level can be a little tough if you get slowed down, like he did there, and the Lakitu's allowed to catch up to you.
Yeah, you really hate to see someone on PB pace dive 3 times in that level. Definitely not talking about myself there. Mitch going for the ship clip there, and unfortunately not getting it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of swag. The below section's not too bad. And he's moving on to definitely the hardest Koopaling in the game. Very, very difficult.
We'll see if we get any shakes from Lemmy this time. And clears them off with ease. You definitely want to end this fight going into World 7 as Big Mario or Fire Mario. Otherwise, it's impossible. I think I heard you talking about it way earlier, but as far as I knew, it was impossible to clip in 7-1, which you really want to be able to do.
Yeah, Mitch actually recorded a video ages ago of him doing it as Small Mario, and you can actually clip as Small Mario. You clip into the pipe, but you need P speed to get it.
See a 36.55 wand grab there for Great White. See, I haven't been counting tries, but I think we're on the 4th.
Yep, you are correct.
I think
6 tries.
6th try, yeah. I know Mitch is a big proponent of ducking into that clip. He says it's better for him if he ducks into that clip because A, if you're holding down at all, you're less likely to hit up to enter the door on accident, and you can get an attempt at it every time rather than brushing up the side of the wall. We'll see another tricky P-speed strat here, getting P-speed early in this level.
Yeah, this is important, because if you don't, you end up with 2 pipe transitions and a bunch of lost time.
And despawning the final Piranha Plant in there, making it through without taking any damage is also really nice.
Yeah, no one really knows exactly how that works either, how you get the despawn there. We kind of think it's how fast you move through that section of the level.
We see Mitch was going through the stage that Great White is going through right now, and he did take the damage boost on the spikes. Great White electing to keep his 2 power-ups here. And looks like he's not going to go for the star kill on Boom Boom either. Which, if it's something you're not quite
safer
comfortable
play.
with, yeah.
Kind of helps running through 6-4 with some upgrades as well.
Yeah, 6-4, a more dangerous stage than the Fortress, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch doing the empty Fortress here.
I always thought that was kind of weird going into that Fortress as a kid, and it's just like no one's home.
Yeah, it's like they forgot to finish it or something before they released the game. I don't know.
Mitch going to use a P-Wing to fly over this level rather than doing clips in this level. Which, that is an option. You can clip into the door just like you can in 7-1.
Yep.
Great White.
Just in case you don't get a P-Wing where you wanted one earlier.
Right, yeah. Or if you want to save one for later.
Yeah, that's true. know a lot of people like to save one for the fast airship, so it makes sense.
Let's see, Great White getting his tail back and going for a second try on this. And he is somehow despawned. There's the Koopa.
Yeah, this level's just got really strange mechanics in terms of the despawns. It's hard to explain how you actually do the nipper despawn without actually doing it.
Yeah, so many enemies, so many white blocks that it's can kind of seem weird at first.
And then Mitch doing 7 Fort 2
with hammer suit, which is
yeah. Oh, slight mishap there. I don't think I've ever seen him do that actually. So.
We'll hope he can keep hammer to the end of the run. I believe that's going to be his intent here. Meanwhile, Great White picking up a hammer suit. Most likely you're going to see that before the very last level of the game to kill Bowser with.
Yeah, definitely a much safer route to go about hammer killing Bowser.
Safer, faster, and cooler, so...
Yeah, we're gonna see just, you know, how difficult these auto-scrollers can become when you can't fireball kill things.
I want to see Great White entering Boom Boom's room. And making easy work. It's Boom Boom's one of those enemies that, again, like, I always like to compare how it is playing this game as a kid versus playing it as a speedrunner, you know, later in life, and it's, Boom Boom definitely claimed many lives against me when I was a kid, but pretty free now.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't the timing just seem harder in those days?
It did, yeah. I didn't really realize there was any timing there.
And making it through without a death, very important there.
You should note, I guess, that this is the level that Mitch is in. Moves at the regular speed of an auto-scroller, but it is twice as long, at least, as any other one. So this is actually the longest auto-scroller in the game, even longer than the World Ship, or the World 4 airship.
Yeah, and a lot more dangerous as well. I've definitely made the mistake of missing those jumps on those corkscrews and dying.
Yeah, not a big fan of those corkscrews.
And yeah, actually you cannot hammer kill the Koopalings, just for anybody wondering why you didn't go for a hammer kill there.
Yeah, it's something I didn't realize until pretty recently.
And you kind of get some weird interactions with the Boom Boom sometimes too, where you end up overkilling them and they don't actually die.
Really? I've never actually seen that.
Yeah, if you hit them with 2 hammers at just the right time, it's like they take over damage and they don't die. I have it happen to me all the time.
Let's see. Great White's going to be making his way into the World 6 airship, just as Mitch taking on the beginning of the end of the auto-scrollers.
Don't worry, we got 3 of them left, so...
Yeah, we got plenty left. If auto-scrollers are your thing, then you are in luck.
Yeah, if auto-scrollers are your thing, well, the category you want to play is no wrong warp.
Yeah, that's over half auto-scrollers, it seems like.
Yeah, pretty much. See if Mitch goes for those RNG manips that Glib went for earlier.
Yeah, we'll see how many hands we can get. I guess we'll see if the bot is up.
Oh, nice. It's working this time. Okay. So yeah, you want to guess the number of hands both competitors will get combined.
So if you think Mitch will get 3 hands and Great White will get 0 hands, you should guess 3. And it should be noted if a player dies in a hand and has to replay a hand, then that counts as 2 hands. I see some cheeky guesses with some emotes in there. You do want to type a number, actually. I don't think typing emote hands will actually count.
Yeah, bots don't speak in emotes. Oh, some guesses for 0. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, 0 from both players would be really great to see. Great White.
It's actually a little harder. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I think you're gonna say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually harder to get this clip with the tail. Although when I was doing tail strats, I feel like I got it easier, but it's just luck.
I think we saw. I believe it was Ace of Arrows doing tail strats, and I don't know if he entered the door here, Great White, on purpose or not, but I think it was Ace of Arrows in his race. Actually clipped like on a very early try. I can't remember. It might have even been first try with the tail.
I think it was first try. Yeah.
I remember. I think I was commentating that race and seeing it and being like, "Oh, he's going in with the tail. We'll see how many tries this takes." And then he kind of made us all look like idiots. So.
Yeah, let's just say he got in a lot less tries than I did.
We'll see how many hands Mitch gets here. Gets the second one. That is the easiest one to deal with.
Yeah, no P speed, but pretty simple in terms of layout.
I'm seeing a correction here that Ace actually had 2 tries, so thanks for the correction. Mitch making it through with 1 hand as long as he can get through this airship, which we'll assume that he will, but I'm not going to take it for granted just yet. Anything can happen in a race.
Yeah, particularly this airship. This is another one of those levels.
See Great White going into 7-2 with a tail, which makes it significantly easier to get over that gap without having to build P speed, so...
Does a nice job of killing all the stuff in his way, too. And Mitch having no problem with the fast airship today.
Great White actually letting a star get away from him there, so unfortunately won't be able to get a star for the rest of this level.
I must have missed it. Mitch must have taken damage on the Boom Boom fight. And he makes it through 7-3. No problem. Took a little bit of damage there, but that's okay. Expect him to use a cloud here and then one of his P-Wings on the empty fortress again. A little unfortunate Mitch won't be able to run 8-2 here with a hammer suit, because one of the cool things you can do with a hammer suit is kill his son and not have to worry about his RNG at all. But otherwise, you kind of at the mercy of what the sun does when you run through the level quickly. Oh, Mitch got a flower on purpose. Okay.
Yeah, just we were doing our best to make sure we actually remembered the commands for the hand game, so we might have missed a couple things in there. It's like Great White going for the P-switch strat here, which you don't see that often. So a part of the game that you may not see many times from runners in this category, but he does get the Tanuki suit for it.
Yeah, probably opting to save one of those P-wings for a scary level later on. Mitch having no problem with that fort there.
So we'll see him go into the super tank, and will he do the infamous Auglib strat? I'm sorry, the Auglib super tank strat TM. And it looks like he is going to go for it.
Yep, some world famous something something.
I don't know how many addendums there have been to that name via Auglib's lawyers, but I think just adding the TM on the end will keep me safe from from any kind of note from his lawyers. And so for those who don't know this strat, it's just get to the far right of this. If you have fireballs, spam them, and when it looks like you need to jump, just jump. It's a really easy strat that anyone can do. Don't be scared of anything that's not on the screen yet. It's a good way to ensure that you're going to get through this level just fine.
Yeah, it's pretty much the best way to approach that level, I think. And Grey White over here doing 7-7. Not a level you see too terribly often in this category.
But quite a fun level nonetheless. We'll see Mitch making it to the end here. Not going for the wall clip here. Going for the top one, maybe. And he'll do the everyman's clip.
The free one-up clip.
Will he keep P-speed in this room? Looks like he's going to go for it. And he'll make his way into Bowser's room and should be finishing up as long as Bowser gives him a good pattern. And it looks like he does,
no
so
problem.
GG to Mitch. That is going to be... We'll let him finish out here, see what his timer says. It's about a 53:22, and then in SRL it's an official time of 53:24. So GG to Mitch. He'll be moving on to the next round.
Yeah, very, very great run coming out from him.
Yeah, you love to see those 53s in a race. That's a really, really good race time to have.
Yeah, looks like, okay, Grey White opting to take the insurance P-Wing on this stage. Wants to make sure he does not die on this airship. Can't blame him if you're using the cloud to skip the fort and you're nervous about the corkscrews.
Yeah, this is the second airship I believe we've seen with a P-Wing, so... I don't know yet if we'll see Mitch come in here with for an interview, but hopefully we'll get him in here. If you have not guessed for the hands game yet, we have one for Mitch, and we'll see how many we get coming up here soon for Great White.
Yeah, looks like he's on a really good pace because he said his PB was about 110. So
yeah, I think we could potentially see a PB here. So Let's hope for no hands. Hope for a smooth World 8. Get your bless RNGs out.
Yeah, you never want to see hands.
And it looks like we are joined now by Mitch. Mitch, GG.
What's up? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
Nice little swag you had going on there in 6.5. I like that.
Yeah. I had some weird inventory this run. I think I'm Yeah, I was supposed to equip the P-Wing, but I did the music box first, and my brain was instantly like, well, you equip something, so just go on in there. But I managed to do a cool, like, faster 6 Fort 2 with the P-Wing, so it turned out pretty good. Yeah. It's a strange run. I think it's pretty crazy that I almost got a 1-death early hammer. I went for it too.
Yeah, I don't even think I noticed that one.
Yeah, they did the big move after 2-2, and then I went into 2-3. Or no, they did the big move after 2-2. Then the Hammer Brother appeared after the Fortress, and then I took an intentional death after 2-3, but he moved back.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of wondering why you took damage there.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, you guys didn't have my sound on, did you?
No.
Oh yeah. For some reason, it said the audio wasn't enabled for your stream. I don't know why.
Weird. I probably have to enable it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, that was really good.
Yeah, I always love to see a 53 in a race.
Right? One hand, not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all.
7-1 was like 5 tries or so, I think.
What happened with the hammer suit? We both kind of missed that because we were trying to figure out how to end the hands game.
Oh, you guys looked over and you're like, leave. What the heck?
Yeah.
Fire. The hands screwed me, later in the run. Like, they still struck. I was like, well, I pretty much got 2 hands now. No, I went to equip my star, but I moved over an additional space in my inventory.
No.
Yeah, and I equipped the tail. Yeah.
Yeah. Menuing can be important, guys. At least it wasn't like a cloud earlier on. That can always be a disaster.
Right? Or like, even in Fort 2 in World 7 with the hammer suit, I did this weird like pipe rub that never really happens, and
yeah,
if I would have died there,
like, I don't think I've ever seen you do that.
Yeah, right. So if I would have died there, I clouded over level 9, right? So I would have lost hammer suit, and I would have had to do an extra level.
It's just RNG manipulation, right?
Close, man, we're close. I was wondering if people were like, "Oh my god, he did it in the race." But like, I wasn't going for it. I just got lucky.
It's funny. Well, we can look ahead here. I got my bracket up. It looks like you are going to be facing Supersonic in round 3. Yeah, very good all-around Mario game runner. He's definitely been working hard on SMB3, and I forget what his PB is now. I think he's got a 55 now. Or he's very close to it, so.
I'm not sure. He was doing all forts for a while, too.
He was doing all forts, that's true.
Well, unless he got one since the race, it was that 56.25 he got.
That's right, okay. I was thinking he was on a 55 pace, and then he forgot to P-Wing into the same level that Mitch didn't P-Wing into.
Oh, the 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5, yeah. And I think that's what ended up killing a 55 for him, but still a great race from Sonic earlier this week.
Yeah, he's had races all around so far. Supersonic now got to see the result of like what happens if you forget to P-Wing.
So now he knows how to deal with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just do a little swag clip, I guess.
Yeah, well, annoyingly enough, that P speed is super hard to keep if you miss getting the clip. Like, if you miss the clip, you gotta, like, keep... Yeah, I'm not even gonna go into it, it's just a headache.
Fair enough.
It's just a headache.
Just remember the P-Wing, that's the strat.
Yeah. You know, sometimes, if I have any advice to give to anyone who's in the tournament watching right now, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal if you take a good second or two to just look at your inventory, figure out where the items are that you need, and then just execute them. Don't take my advice, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. After that last run I just did, don't do what I do.
You heard it here, folks. Mitch Flowerpower doesn't know what he's doing.
Confirmed, a bad SMB3 player.
Yeah.
We'll see what kind of hands Great White gets here for the hands game. No hands.
Actually, I mean, that's the second one today.
Yeah, we'll see if he makes it through the airship, because it only counts once he makes it through the airship. But
Did he get no hands?
he got no hands.
Yo, that inventory strat, you see? That's manip.
Yeah.
That's
He must have been listening.
Right? He's like, okay, let's see what Mitch is saying.
He's definitely on PB pace now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what is his PB? It's like 120 something?
He said earlier,
He said
I
it was
asked him right before
110.
the race. He said it's around 110, yeah.
Oh, he's on PB pace for sure. I think even if he got...
Oh no.
Unfortunate bounce off Rocky right there to go in. We'll see how many hands he gets now. Checking his inventory again. He does get the first hand, which is unfortunate.
Dang, inventory strat's not viable.
Not paying off for him there, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going. It was really fun. Hope to see you guys soon because we are gonna schedule the next race. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, GG again. Look forward to seeing you play against Sonic in the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, great race, Mitch.
Yeah, you said my name right. All right, yeah, guys, take it easy, and thanks a lot, everyone. I hope you guys had a good night. Bye, everyone.
Take it easy. All right. Meanwhile, we're gonna see Great White go through. Is this the first hand? We were closing up with Mitch. That is the second hand. He is gonna unfortunately get. Well, the good news about this is that if he dies in the airship again, then he won't have to play any more hands if he makes it through this hand.
True. And he'll have some extra inventory for later on too.
And a smooth rest of the run, I say he could still be on PB pace here.
Oh, definitely.
So plenty of power-ups going in. We'll probably see a leaf here. Yeah, absolutely. This level a lot easier with a power-up, and I think a leaf a lot easier with a leaf too. You see Mitch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Little base cam there.
I think a leaf's just as good as a fire flower in this level, to be honest.
So let's see. This will end the hand game. Again, I don't want to speak too soon here. But for those of you who guessed 4, well, I guess it actually can't be anything else now, so.
Yep.
So we will go ahead and end the game. And that, let's see, the guessing game winner looks like we got Klubovich too. So GG on guessing.
Okay,
You win bragging rights.
Wants P-Wings.
Yeah, I was kind of maybe expecting to see the P-Wing in the airship, but using it here I can completely understand because it's a hectic level.
Yeah, and the next one's free. I kind of expect him to just use the sand.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if he wants to just ensure no deaths here late in the run and bring a PB home. Oh, we are seeing him forgo the sand here. I think he did want to keep that leaf to try to fly over these chasms. So we may see him take the sand on the second try.
Yep.
Let's see, we can check the calendar here for Speed Gaming. Looks like next up on this channel, we've got the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening tournament going on.
I think there is another race going on right now, actually.
There's another race
well
that probably
on
just
the other
recently
channels.
started. That is a 4-way race on Speed Gaming 4 between Pro A, Quite Super Mario, who you saw race earlier today, Gary on Old Wolf, and Cujo. So that should be a fun 4-way race to watch on Speed Gaming 4. Seeing Great White make his way through the final fortress of the game, not counting Bowser's Fortress. Not stopping for fire there. So I don't know if he'll stop maybe somewhere later in this fortress to get it, or if he's electing to go the intended route with killing Bowser.
Well, he does have a hammer suit.
He does have a hammer suit. I completely forgot about it. So hopefully we'll see him remember to use the hammer suit and make it all the way to Bowser with that hammer suit. Not quite confident in making the 1 cycle there. He will make this 2 cycle just easily.
Still looking pretty good in terms of time, so...
I think we could see a PB here, and that's really what you want to see for a runner in a race.
At the very least, this he was much faster this race too, so...
Avoiding a death there with Boom Boom, so... only 2 levels left, the Super Tank and Bowser's Castle, so... with no mistakes, he's going to be right on the cusp of a PB.
Yeah, I kind of figured he'd pull out that last leaf here just as a nice insurance policy.
Electing not to use the Super Tank strat, so let's hope everything goes okay for him in this level.
Looks like now he's adhering to it. Yeah,
yeah. It can also be done with the tail. You don't have to have fire.
Taking some damage there, but that's okay.
Taking a little more damage there. As long as he can make it past this last cannon and this last Rocky and then Bowser, or Boom Boom, he'll be okay.
That wrench throw.
I know, that made me a little bit nervous. Manages to find his timing on Boom Boom. So yeah, we're right there. We're right on the same level as a PV. So that at least that shows some consistency from the runner. So you like to see it. We also see him get a star for the Bowser's statue lasers in the beginning.
Yeah, it was funny when I first started running this game. I made that mistake. Like, oh, they can't hurt me because I've run through this before, and yeah, took damage.
Yep, it'll happen. Playing it safe, climbing up the stairs here. I can't blame him. Take the donut blocks 1 jump at a time, and he does make it up to this top level. You don't want to go down the other levels. There is an alternate Bowser room you can go to, but it takes a little more time, and it's a little more hectic getting there. We are going to see him make it in here.
See a hammer kill.
Get right up in Bowser's grill, throw 5 hammers, and GG. And I believe this is going to be a PB if he was correct in saying 110 earlier. So big GG to Great White. Finishes with a 109.31 and a SRL time of 109.34. So that is a race personal best, at the very least, of 116. His previous was 116, so a race personal best by 7 minutes. Big GG. We'll see if we can get him in here for a post-race interview. As I was saying, let's see. We look up at the the bracket, and we'll talk about this with him if he comes in here for the interview.
He gets to face me now.
Oh yeah, so we get to see you guys talk face to face. Any smack talk you're planning on when he gets in here?
Oh no, absolutely not. Definitely
Totally
want to
get it.
congratulate him on a great run.
Yeah. Ask him if he wants to interview.
Yeah. I can't, I can't smack talk anybody after the world won in my race. So.
Yeah. So it looks like shortly we will get him in here for an interview. Hello, how's it going?
Hello.
GG on your race.
Thank you.
I believe you were saying earlier before the race that your PB was around the 110 mark, so that was very close to a PB. I just wanted to check in, double check.
I'm pretty sure that's a PB. But
Very nice.
yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I knew I wasn't gonna beat Mitch, but because of how good Mitch is. But I still think I did well, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Hopefully all the viewers enjoyed watching it. It was a blast to play, so I won in my book.
Well, I mean, you were so much better this time around too. You cut 7 minutes off the last one, so
I did. Yep, I cut 7 minutes off. I do have to say though, World 8, when I entered the Air Force, I was telling myself I wouldn't have minded if a hand had grabbed me, because I would have liked a leaf for this level. Lo and behold, a mole appears right under my jump, launches me off the edge, and all 3 hands decide to grab me. So that's a lesson, everyone. I mean, never even say I wish I got 1 hand, because then you'll get 3.
The game can read your mind.
It really can.
It decides to be overly generous in some situations.
It's like, wait, we got to even this out. We gave none, so let's give all 3 this time.
Exactly. Got perfect hand luck the first run through. Perfect bad hand luck the other.
But still, GG getting through all the hands, getting through the Air Force, and closing it out with a hammer kill. You always love to see the hammer kill, especially in a tournament race.
Hammer kill is fun. Like, poor Bowser in Mario 3, his normal AI is just, it's so sad. His body doesn't even have a hitbox. At least, with the hammer kill, you make it a fight. As opposed to just, like, standing on his feet and watching him plummet to his doom.
Yeah. You do away with him quickly and put him out of his misery.
Exactly. You let him think, if he just didn't have that hammer suit, I'd have had a shot at it.
Well, that's one thing you have on Mitch. He did not get a hammer kill, and you did, so there you go.
Yeah, see, so who really won then? Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Mitch won.
I mean, whoever had the most fun and whoever killed Bowser the quickest, I'd say, we might need to retime this. GG finishing this one on a PB on a good note. Your next competitor...
And it's double elimination, so I'm not out of it.
You're not out. And your next competitor's right here in the booth with us. So both of you, any strats you've got that you want to add in, or anything you want to add in before your next round race?
I think you need to do a couple of those auto-scrollers. They're really not that long. Just use the cloud on like 7-1.
Oh, okay. Do you suggest like 5-9? Is that a good one?
Yeah, 5-9. If you're really into the atmosphere, jump off the edge a couple times close to the end.
Really, just go for a completionist percent, I think is what he's telling you.
100. Hey, there's nothing. Hey, go for 100%. I won't object. All levels, all toad houses, all coin ships.
It is still warpless, technically.
That is true. I'd also definitely lose if I did that.
Well, any final words from either of you?
Just, thank you for the Speed Gaming people for hosting us. Thank you to both of you for doing your commentary, and thank you to all the viewers. Many of them actually did stop into my chat and have kind words, so I do appreciate that.
It was an honor.
You're all
calling your
wonderful
match.
people.
So, looking forward to racing you and actually seeing, you improve some more as well. So,
Yeah.
but thanks to all the viewers, as he said, and thanks to my co-caster Esmo here. It's definitely a pleasure.
Thank you both, and thanks to both runners, and again to the Speed Gaming channels. I guess we can send you off with that, and we can say that if you like what you saw here, there's another race going on right now over at Speed Gaming 4. And it looks like we've got a couple other races planned for Saturday. So come check them out.
Yeah.
With that being said, everybody, hope you have a good evening.
Take care, everybody.